Hello, Barry Anderson from Trade Ideas with today's edition of What Makes This Trade Great. Okay, so we've got ADN. So ADN, if you look at it in the pre-market, there was no action whatsoever. Okay, so I didn't even see ADN. I mean, when I was doing my pre-market work, did not see it at all. And then all of a sudden, this is at 9 o'clock, a little bit of a pop, but nothing much. This is at 9 o'clock. Okay, so there wasn't very. I should back up. I opened the room at 9 o'clock. So before I opened the room, I didn't see any action whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, as I was opening the room at 9 o'clock, this is all Eastern time, of course, we see this huge pop and just continuation. There was the 9:15 candle, and there's the opening candle, the so-called opening candle when the market's open at 9:30. So madly checking news, and we find out that Advent trading higher after the company announces a definitive agreement with Hyundai. Okay, so obviously, pretty good news for that company. And so what made the trade great? Of course, you get news like that. That's an eye-catching headline, huge, company. This is a small little company, but being able to ink a deal with Hyundai, obviously big news. 26 million in the float, so it's a very low float. So that is why, I mean, the stock right now, as we speak, is up 94%, and it's continuing to surge here. Okay, had a couple little pullbacks and all, but many in the trading room were able to take advantage of this. And this is a case when I pay attention to news if I think the news is something that can sustain a stock once the market opens. And of course, again, with a headline like that, that is something that I think is easily sustainable. It's eye-catching. It's that simple. Little company, big, doing something with a big company. So that's that one. The other one I just want to pay attention to going forward is BTAI, okay? The FDA approval for their drug, it popped up huge in the pre-market. It's another low float. I think it's about 12 million in the float. But when the market opened, it just absolutely collapsed. It actually went negative, and then it started to rebound. And it's been I did end up taking this one on the 22 break. It ran all the way up to 25, right to the 200-day moving average. The interesting thing about this, and whether you want to believe these price valuations or not, a couple of firms have put in, one firm has put an $80 price valuation, and another firm has put a $125 price valuation on this. I'm not saying that's going to happen with these, but that's all traders look at. They look at some of these price targets that these firms put on, and they say, okay, let's see what happens. And that is, it came off the mat. This was actually negative for the day after being up huge amount. And as we speak, it's doing okay, but it's very choppy. It's going to be interesting seeing what happens to this one going forward because, with those price targets that are put on, FDA approval of their drug, it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. All right, I want to get back into the trading room. So any questions for me? This is the email address you can use. I'll open the room tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.